Well, right here we can see that our siding hasn't been painted. This is our weather sensor for our lawn sprinkler system. We are at the house faces north. We're at the southwest corner. Right here you can see shingles, edge flashing, fascia, and then soffit board. So you go on up and you study the shingles, edge flashing. The edge flashing is supposed to be lapped a minimum of 2 inches, and it's not. Well, it's not there. And that is about the only place that I've seen. Now right here we have a shrinkage crack on this corner. Okay, the brick expands and contracts at different rates than the foundation. And in doing that, the pressure comes out on the corners. This is not a foundation issue. I'm going to measure the house, we're going to look at it, I'm going to come up with an idea about the foundation, but it won't be because of that corner. Okay? Your concrete dries within 7 days to build on it. But then, that's most of the drying. But then, after it starts drying and curing, it'll take up to 60 years for concrete to dry completely. So it's going to continually shrink. At the same time, it's shrinking and expanding at a different rate than the bricks, because the bricks are different materials and they react differently to the temperatures and moisture. Now the brick is the only part of your house that actually grows. You won't be able to measure that any more than you'll be able to measure how much your concrete shrinks. But it is always in a constant state of just molecular growth. And as I stated before, it expands and contracts at different rates and the pressure comes out. Now, if this was a wood-destroying insect report, a termite inspection, I would call that conducive conditions, because termites can go up in those cracks, unseen to you, go up inside of the wood. I can talk like this because I have that license. So I can say termite, I can say it. I know the home inspectors aren't supposed to, but I'm not just any home inspector, I guess. I'm a bug man too. So anyway, that's conducive to wood-destroying insects. It's conducive to termites. And if that falls out, you know, that's what's holding your bricks up, because this is a wood house. These are bricks. So it might be a brick issue, it might be a termite issue, but it's not a foundation issue. And by the way, brick is a very good building material. Okay, this home can burn down and you can still use the bricks. You can use the bricks to build another house. Charge extra for them because they got the unique smoke pattern on them, distressed or whatever. But it's also porous, and water runs right through this wall, and we know that. So that's why we design a drainage plane behind the wall, and we have these weep holes that go around the perimeter and over our fenestrations to the weep hole right there, because it's a metal frieze board. Okay, metal frieze, not a board, but a lintel, excuse me, it's metal lintel. It's interrupted the drainage plane, so we put the weep holes up there, and then the rest of the water comes down here. And most of the time, I mean, you might see water come out during an event. I hope you don't. You might see water, but most of the time, it's just vapor. It's just vapor that comes out here. And then our fence, I don't know if this is because of the storm or what, but this fence is leaning away from the column. And this fence has got a big old gap in here that somebody's little dog could get hung up in, because he's going to see the gap, he's going to want to go in there. You know, I mean, that's called an attractive nuisance. Okay, this is what our roof looks like panoraming from the top. I don't even see the unpainted siding over there. Isn't that crazy? Coming on along, these are called control joints. These are called control joints. We're in North Texas. You're not going to be able to build this much brick wall and not expect some movement. The whole idea is that the movement will be taken out here to relieve the stress on the rest of the building, so you don't get the zigzag cracks and those kinds of things. You probably will eventually, but that's what we're trying to avoid. That's what, and every 2 years or so, or every year or so, see the way it shrinks? All sealant shrinks, and then it pulls away from the brickwork. Do you think water can get in there? I do. Think it needs to be resealed? Yeah, it's time. That's the way we designed it. That's the way it was designed. Might not be very convenient. Might be obnoxious, but there we go. The big gap right here in the fence. Now, hey, see, they got the poodle dog right there with a big gap trying to get through, kind of like the one over there. That is the southwest corner. This is the southeast corner right there with the poodle dog. And that. Going along. See this water soaking here? This is not drainage. See, the water just sits in this low spot here. This is not drainage. I wonder if the siding looks the same over here as it does over there. No, they painted all this siding. This control joint, remember we talked about control joints? See how it's separating and pulling away from the wall? Well, look up here. Look at that. That's a pretty good spot right here. We're over here on the east wall. Moving on. There we go again. This one's even better than that one. Okay. Well, here's our gas meter. It's coming through here. The pipe's all protected. Got the bonding clamp on it. Looks good. Front porch even has weep holes. Where do termites live? In the ground. Oh. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. It's called a clue. It's called a clue. Now over here, right here, over at the house's northeast corner, over the east side of the front porch, between those windows, this stonework right there. See this? I don't know if you can see the cracks in the mortar right there in that spot. There they are. On and on. Front door, ring doorbell, lights out front, lintels. We got a whole video for the garage door. Moving on along. Coming out, this is where we took our water pressure. See this form board? Dead wood next to the house. This needs to be taken out. This is going to rot. This is going to become termite bait. The grounding rod's not buried completely. The condensing unit doesn't fit on the foundation pad like it should. Just kind of moving on along. Another control joint with another control joint gap. It's going to be interesting to measure this foundation. Most of your movement happens in the first 2 years. I get that. Alright? And then you got to maintain it. It'll always be continuous movement. We're in North Texas. So we've got expansive clay soil. That's just what we deal with. Another control joint. And there's the siding that's not painted.